So, Willie, interesting topic, man. First off, we want to shout out all our followers, all the people that have subscribed to the channel, um, and really appreciate you guys. But if you know anything about the Black Culture Podcast, we talk about the culture, and one of the most integral parts of Black culture is sports, um, specifically football, right? And even though we're in basketball finals right now, we're heading back to football season. And if you know anything about this man right here, Willie loves football. One of our favorite players, to me, the greatest cornerback of all time, Mr.
Definitely the
Deion
greatest
Sanders.
cornerback ever.
Yeah, was recently um, in the media for a really interesting reason. And it went a little something like this. He was at a press conference, and one of the journalists kept calling him by his first name, which, guys, I don't know if you've ever watched press conferences with college coaches. And by the way, Deion Sanders is the head coach for Jackson State right now, and HBCU. And we feel like he's going to do great things. But if you've ever watched press conferences, whether it's pregame, postgame, whatever, usually journalists don't refer to coaches by their first name. They call them coach. And one of the journalists decided to refer to Deion on more than one occasion by his first name, which prompted him to get up and leave. And he said these statements after. He said, "You don't refer to Nick Saban by his first name. You call him coach." And I, me being the sort of detective I am, I wanted to just go and see if there was any interviews where any of the reporters or anybody was calling Nick Saban by his first name. So I went back and watched some interviews, and every single last one of them, they called him coach, right? It's a sign of respect. They do it in college. They do it in, hell, they even do it in high school. They do it in high school, they do it in college, and they definitely do it in the pros. So, Willie, I need to know your thoughts on this incident because I have mine, and I know some people have theirs, but I want to know what you think about that whole conundrum.
So I just want to put out there, maybe about an hour ago, he did go on Twitter and say he did not walk out. He never walked out. So I just want to put that out there. He did come out and say he didn't walk out, but I guess he did correct them. He did bring light to it. Here's my angle on it, okay? Deion Sanders right now is the face of HBCU coaches. Now, Deion Sanders is not the first HBCU Black coach, but when you talk about known celebrity, like everyone, if you're not a football fan, you still may know who primetime Deion Sanders is. So he's the face. And now what he is, he's the example and he's the standard for everyone after him. Eddie George is a, I'm not sure which coach he is. Maybe Alec Price, you can look it up. I'm not sure which one, but he's a coach to an HBCU. He hired Hugh Jackson. So what primetime is doing now is he has to set that standard for coaches that's coming after him. No, hey, this is the standard. And I totally understand where he's coming from because, like you said, it's a line of respect. Okay, outside of here, I'm primetime. And I'm sure it's people that call Nick Saban Nick or Urban Meyer Herb. But in that room, in that setting, you know to switch it to coach. Got to be the same way around. You can call, I'm sure it may be players that may be close to him that call him primetime or prime or Deion outside the football field. But once they get on the football field, it's coach. It's a line of respect. You got to know that. Reporters got to know that. To me, he's setting the example and the standard for the other Black coaches that are coming behind him to know that, hey, because everyone's taught. Trust me, those reporters aren't there without being taught, without being trained. They know the standard. They know the protocol. They know to refer to a coach as coach. Now, maybe you thought because it's prime time, you may feel like, hey, it's prime time, I know. But no, you have to understand. Just be the same way. You call him, listen, I played with coaches' kids. They don't call him dad on the field. They call him coach on the field.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think the reporter did it? And I'm just being devil's advocate, right? Do you think he called him Deion because he felt too comfortable with him because of who he is? He's not just an ex-athlete. he's a celebrity.
He's a celebrity.
Hell,
He's an icon.
He's an A-list celebrity, right?
Yeah.
So everybody know if you saw this dude walking down the street, you're gonna be like, oh my God, that's Deion Sanders. So do you think in that moment he felt like he was sitting in front of Deion Sanders and not Coach Sanders?
Yes, but at the same time, I still go back to it. Just like Deion, at this point, Nick Saban could walk in the room and you know who he is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Nick Saban doesn't have like as a player, but let's make no mistake, Nick Saban is an A-list too, definitely in that list. So you know it. So again, you gotta know how to turn that on and off.
Okay, so look, check this out. I'm glad you said that because Nick Saban is nowhere near as famous as Deion Sanders.
He's not, but in that he's still known. You still gonna know who Nick Saban is.
No, you know Nick Saban is.
Reporter is you're trained. You listen. You never supposed to get too comfortable to where you just, hey, coach. Listen, you just can't. You just calling him Deion. Like, and to me, again, I'm glad he pointed it out. You know what I'm saying? Because now you can't get up there calling Eddie George Eddie. Hey Eddie, no, it's Coach. Show me the same respect you show on Urban Meyer. Show me the same respect you gonna show a Nick Saban. Show me the same respect that you gonna show a Pete Carroll, whatever, man. It's protocol. That's my thing.
So, with that being said, you think the trend has been set, right? He corrected you in that moment, and I think we can go a little bit deeper. He might have been elating to Black head coaches, right?
That's exactly what. Come on, yeah, keep it. That's exactly what it was, man.
Yeah. So, has the trend been set? Look, you're going to treat us with the same amount of respect that you treat non-Black head coaches with, regardless of if we're famous or not. When we're up doing a press conference, when we're in front of you, you will give us the respect that our title deserves.
Yeah, absolutely. Because now I guarantee you that reporter is not going to do it no more. It's going to be Coach. And now one thing about that, reporters in that setting, no one wants to be that reporter that a coach is directly talking to in that type of way. You don't want to be that person in that room. So now all the other people around like, all right, let me just make sure they're going to make sure before they say anything, they say Coach. They don't say Deion. And that's going to carry on because now he set the standard. Now they know, okay, we got to refer to him as that. Now, even if I'm not going to lie to you. Eddie George is not Deion. Eddie George may have to set his own example. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But for sure, it's going to be Coach Deion or Coach Sanders from now on.
Bro, I can only imagine how that reporter probably felt because it's not.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to be there. Yeah. Among your peers too?
Well, it's not just that. Like, this isn't a regular dude telling you this. It's not just any coach. It's a dude who has respect around the league, hell, around the world, right? Telling you to your face, you disrespect. Could you imagine how that dude probably feels right now? Like, you can act like you don't care all you want, but you know damn well that you disrespected an icon, and now you got to eat that.
And like you said, it probably was him just, in the moment. He probably didn't do it. He probably did not do that as disrespect, but that had to be done. Deion had to do that because it's something that, think about it. That's probably happened. Deion's been a coach for 2 years now? That's probably happened a lot. You know what I'm saying? We probably didn't even notice it, but he noticed it and he felt that it was needed to be said. It needed to be done. So now, all right, wash our hands with it. We ain't got to worry about it no more. But in that moment, I felt like definitely after he explained it, because it's one thing to say that, but don't explain it. But after he explained it, okay, I get it. It had to be done. That young man probably wasn't doing that on purpose, but hey, listen, you just had to be the sacrificial lamb. He's not going to lose his job. He's going to be in there again. I'm sure Deion talked to him afterwards. He don't take me as a person just to embarrass him and not say nothing. I'm sure he pulled him to the side and said something to him because, like I said, Deion don't take me as that person just to be a flat out a-hole. So And listen, it was just something that to me it had to be done. That's my take on it, man.
Well, I think the trend has been set. And the thing I'm really excited about is I think we're going to see a trend in a lot more Black college head coaches, because I think college is where we're really, as far as especially when it comes to coaching, it's been a white man's game for so long, and we're very underrepresented. But the majority of this quote unquote superstars, especially ones that go to the NFL, are Black.
Yep.
So I think it's very important for them to have that presence. And I love the example that he's setting for the young men. Like, look, you deserve the same amount of respect as your non-Black counterparts, right? Don't let these people disrespect you. And you don't have to get disrespectful, but you can be stern and you can have a code that you stick to, and that'll serve you well for the rest of your life and in your career. So yeah, shout out to Coach Sanders on
Definitely,
correcting
man.
that reporter, to give him the respect that his title is deserving of. And hopefully we don't have to talk about this again. If we do, we know Primetime will be there to correct his ass.
For sure. Close
Yes,
us out,
sir.
man.
All right, well, ladies, gentlemen, supporters, followers, and subscribers, we want to thank y'all once again. It's the Black Culture Podcast. Be sure to go ahead and smash the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and leave a comment if you got something to say on this topic as well. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to listen to every interview and episode that we have. And you can also listen to us Apple, Google, and Spotify. Listen to us at the gym. Listen to us on your way to work, on your way home. And if your wife getting on your nerves, turn on the Black Culture Podcast so you can go ahead and listen in too. Listen, we want to hear from y'all. So if there's any topic you think we should discuss, let us know, and we'll be more than happy to. My bad, Willie. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, man. You listen. Somebody got to cover. Go ahead, but you read my mind. Yep.
Yeah, man. But y'all, that's it. We appreciate y'all for listening. My name is Price. It's the Willie Ashford. It's the Black Culture Podcast. Peace.